So today we're going to be talking about ser and estar. Now both of these mean to be, but we use them in different circumstances in Spanish. So ser, when we use ser, we're talking about things that tend to be permanent. So the first thing we're going to talk about, the first use of ser, is characteristics. When we want to describe a person, either how they look in appearance or personality traits that they may have, if we want to say they're nice or intelligent. So if I just want to describe Juan, if I want to say Juan is tall, I'd say Juan es alto. Okay, and here's my form of ser that I'm going to use there. So we're describing someone. That's one of our uses for ser. Next one, profession. So if you want to say what someone does for a living. So if I want to say my sister is a teacher, I'd say mi hermana es maestra. Again, my form of ser is right there. So characteristics, profession. Next, we're going to talk about relationship to another person. So, if I want to say Edward is my brother, I'd say Eduardo es mi hermano. And again, my form of ser right there. So describing relationship to another person. Next, origin. Origin refers to where someone is from or where someone is born. So if I want to say Pablo is from Mexico, I'd say Pablo es de Mexico. Okay? My form of ser right in here. So where someone is from, again, origin. Next one, possession. So if someone were to say, whose book is this? And you want to say, it's my friend's. You'd say, es de mi amigo. It's my friend's. And our form of ser is right here. Okay. Next one is date and time. So these you've probably already come across lately. And I just want to make a note here. I said at the beginning that we tend to use ser when we're talking about things that are more permanent. And what you'll find is as we go through our list here, this is the only example that's kind of like, well, the date changes, the time changes, I don't really see the permanency of it. So this might just be the only thing that you might in this list that you can't really apply that general rule to. So just kind of make a little note of that. But I think probably at this point you guys are probably pretty used to hearing the date and time, more than you think you are. So if I wanted to say today is May 5th, I'd say hoy es el 5 de mayo. Okay? Here's my form of ser right here. And if I wanted to say it is 3:30, I'd say son las 3:30. And my form of ser is right there. Okay? And don't forget, to conjugate appropriately here. Because I think, until now we've had a lot of this conjugation of just s, but just remember that the verbs do conjugate according to what their subject is. So next we're going to talk about uses of estar. Now estar is the one that tends to be temporary, talking about temporary conditions. Our first use, feelings and conditions. So when you want to talk about how someone feels, like if I want to say Rosa is angry, I'd say Rosa está enojada. Okay? And here's my conjugation of estar right there. Rosa está enojada. So another example of feeling conditions, if I wanted to say Rosa is sick, I'd say Rosa está enferma. She's not feeling well. So maybe that's why she's mad, because she's sick. So again, temporary condition. We expect Rosa to get well, hopefully, And we don't expect her to stay mad forever either. So again, Estar has that tendency to deal with things that are temporary. So the next example would be location. If I want to describe someone's location, if I want to say the students are in the library, I'd say los estudiantes están en la biblioteca. So again, here's my form of estar right there. So it's temporary. Hopefully they're not trapped in this library forever. They will get out. They will get to go have some fun, hopefully, and not be trapped in that library. So again, just describing location, temporary. Our third use with estar is something you've probably seen already, but in case you don't remember, present progressive, the English translation of that, it's describing what you're doing now. So right now I am talking. So if I wanted to say I am talking, I'd say yo estoy hablando. Okay, and here's my estar, and notice that it matches up with yo. I just want to again point out the conjugation here. And as you might remember in forming the present progressive, we have that A-N-D-O at the end. That's another whole lesson, but you guys probably do remember it. I just want you to know that, the literal translation here is I am talking. So those are our uses for estar. So just a couple of things that I would like to point out to you. Just a couple of places where I think people can sometimes get confused. One of them being the difference between characteristics and feelings. Just know and just remember that characteristics, again, we're referring to things there that are permanent. If you're tall, you're tall. That's not going to change. Whereas feelings, you might be angry now, but you might not be, hopefully, not be angry tomorrow, as you remember with our example there. So just make a note of that, not to get confused with that. Another one where people can get a little bit confused, I've noticed, is with origin and location. Remember, I just want to point out really quickly, origin, if we say Pablo, I think this is the example we used earlier, Pablo es de Mexico, okay, we're saying where he is from here, okay? Versus if I wanted to say Pablo is in the United States, and I want to describe where he is right now in this moment, I'd be saying Pablo está, and here's our conjugation of estar, en los Estados Unidos. Squeeze this in down here. Okay? So just, this is his, we'll say current location, right? So just make a note of this one, because this, people do confuse that sometimes. So those are just the two to watch out for. Hopefully this clarified things for you a little bit, and there are some examples on the website, some exercises to help you practice, and I do recommend that you practice with these a lot. The more you can do, the better. And buena suerte. Good luck.